The Nephilim. So much is said about the Nephilim in the Bible. So I want to discuss with you today my concepts of this, which are based off of Genesis and also the book of Enoch. We must understand what the Nephilim are. The Nephilim are an offspring between angels and the daughters of men. It says in Genesis 6 verse 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives, all of them which they choose. These sons of God were indicating angels. They were not just people on the earth. Genesis 6:4 says, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were old, men of renown. And this occurred just before Noah's flood. Now what happened here is these fallen angels, these angels that came down to earth and started messing with mankind, these fallen angels during the days of Noah. So when they had relations with the daughters of men, they produced giants. And that's the giants is the same word for Nephilim in the Bible. So who and what were these giants? They were huge, huge animals. The book of Enoch, people in the book of Enoch actually said they were eating the acquisitions of men, and then eventually turned on and began to eat mankind. So these were huge creatures. Now these Nephilim also sinned against the birds, beasts, and reptiles, which is where we get the dinosaurs we have today, the fossils of the dinosaurs we have today. Now, what happened to these Nephilim? Well, God took the fallen angels and said, you're going to watch your sons die. So God sent a derision among these Nephilim, and they began to fight each other and kill each other off until they were all dead. And then once the Nephilim were all dead, God imprisoned the fallen angels, and then Noah's flood came upon the earth, and those odd creations of birds, beasts, and reptiles by the Nephilim, which are the dinosaurs we see in their bones today, were destroyed by the mineral-rich water, and that's why we have their bones today. We don't have any bones of the Nephilim because the Nephilim rotted on the earth before the waters covered them. Now, what happened to the spirits of the Nephilim? Well, we learn in the book of Jubilees as well as the book of Enoch that the spirits of the Nephilim are the evil spirits that torment mankind today, the demons. So the spirit of these Nephilim are harassing mankind today because their spirits did not go to heaven. They just remained on the earth to torment mankind. It is said in the book of Jubilees, where God was talking to Noah, and Noah said, Lord, I can't handle all these Nephilim spirits. And the Lord said to bind them. And then Satan spoke up and said, Lord, do not let Noah do such a thing, because how can I test the hearts of mankind if he does it? So we learn a purpose or a cause of the Nephilim, and that's to test the hearts of men. So they have a purpose on this earth. It's a lousy purpose and a terrible purpose, but it is a purpose on the earth. So we know that's what happened. So people say, well, what about the giants later? You know, when the Hebrews came into the land of Israel, what about Goliath, all these things? Well, obviously, it happened again. So there must have been some more fallen angels that came down the earth and had a relationship with daughters again, and they had produced more giants, but just not as many as it was the first time. So Nephilim were the offsprings of these fallen angels and the daughters of men. And of course that begs a lot of questions. How can they do that? How can these angels turn themselves into any kind of a physical structure to have relations with the daughters of men? But that's what the scriptures say, and that's how it happened.